Hi. The topic that I've chosen today is about people who have been looking for a job and got their dream job and have just joined a new organization with a lot of dream and a lot of planning in place and then suddenly finds themselves disengaged. Finds that there's not enough warmth and they're not feeling the belongingness and really do not know what to do. It's about those people who are hiring managers who have been looking for talent and they got the right talent and got them and then have suddenly got very busy with their day-to-day work, and because of which they don't even know that their employees are getting disengaged. We are talking about that scenario where the person who is looking for that job so intensely, after getting it, feels unwelcomed instead of feeling welcomed into the organization. And we are going to talk about why those things work, why does those things happen, and how can we really tackle it from a people point of view to make sure that that works. Why is it so important? 2017 Career Builder research says that 1/3 of every single new employee starts looking for a job within the first 6 months of their joining the organization. And mind you, that research also says that 8 months is the timeline that an employee needs to become productive. So 1/3 of all employees tries. And the other piece, which it also talks about, is that 57% of that happens because of line manager bandwidth. So it does boil down to engagement, it does boil down to people. And today's date, it is more relevant because we all know due to COVID, we are all working from home. And going forward, a lot of organizations are going to find working from home as a new normal, where 40 to 50% of our teams are all going to be remote. So if the 2017 survey says 1/3 of the people felt disengaged and started looking for a job while they were in the same office, then you can imagine what can happen when we are all, or 50% of us, are working remotely. And that's the reason I thought I'll pick up this topic. I have also seen this, and this is not just about research. I've also seen it happening in my own life. And I can tell you a story of someone whom I know who was a pretty senior resource, moved countries, and this also happens, doubly difficult for somebody who's new to a country. He comes to a new country, was lucky enough to get a job within the same organization in the new entity, gets in, and exactly the same thing happens. He doesn't find himself in an environment which is warm, not enough hand-holding, not enough orientations, not enough connecting of dots, and started feeling very disengaged. And that is what we are trying to see, that how can we avoid that, because we as hiring managers have already spent so much energy and time to hire someone, and obviously we want those people to stay with us and stick to us and stay for a longer period. And because of certain issues in terms of work pressure and in terms of how we see things, probably sometimes this gap happens, and what and how we can control that. So 3 things that I thought of talking about. One, from a people manager perspective, what are the few things that we can do? I think the very first thing that we can do is definitely keep a little bit longer timeline on the first day of the joining of the person to be with that person and really talk in, because we have only met that person in the interviews. And this is the opportunity for us to really know the person, and a good lunch together really takes it a long way. The second one would be to provide a proper feedback mechanism and check on the person every week. At least have some time where you're not just talking business, but try to understand how is that person doing mentally, how is he feeling well, how is he really meeting people, is he having some difficulties to meet people, and so forth. And the third one is obviously take feedback and understand how things are, and try to bring your team together, try to bring in the people that you know across the other departments and bring them together and try to bring this new person in. Taking the new person to really introduce that person to everybody is also a very good practice. Now, is it only the hiring manager who is supposed to do that? I don't think so. I think if you are somebody who is joining new, even you could do few things. One of them could be, number one, look out for your peer groups. Look out for other HR groups which are there, other clubs. Try to get involved in the organization, understand people across departments, and spread your wings. The second one, reach out to even leadership teams. Don't worry that what they're going to think of. Reach out and tell them and ask them for a coffee chat. Let them know what you are, who you are, where are you coming from, and express yourself. And last but not the least, the most important one, go and talk to your line manager if you are someone who is feeling left out, who is feeling that you are not getting the comfort that you thought you would get. Please talk, it would always resolve. I hope you guys like these points, and please keep watching my videos and message me if you would like to discuss any of these points. Thank you and have a nice day.